wise man once told me, if you want to be successful, study successful people. And that is exactly what I've been doing for the past couple of months. I've been studying successful women to see if there are any habits, if there are any traits that run through all of them. And I realized that there are. Most successful women do these 5 things every single morning before 8 a.m. And I started implementing those 5 things in my life, and I saw a dramatic change. I saw change in my focus, change in my vision, change in my clarity, change in my actions. So I wanted to share those 5 things with you. So let's get right into it. Guys, my name is Dionne Tweneboah and welcome to my channel. I'm an attorney, I'm an entrepreneur, and most recently I became an author of this book, Conquering. And my mission is to empower you with all the strategies, ideas, tools that you need to be able to create a life by design. Everything that you need to be able to, at the end of your day, say that I unleashed all my potential, I unleashed all my greatness, and I unleashed all my talents. And most importantly, I lived a life that I wanted to live, the way I wanted to live. That is my mission, and that's the mission for this channel. So let's get into the 5 habits that successful men do before 8 a.m. Number 1, they pray and meditate. So prayer, I'm a Christian, and prayer is something that I've been doing ever since I can remember. Prayer is speaking to God, and meditation is listening from God. But if you're not religious, most people do the universe. So meditation is probably communication with the universe. However, I used to pray and meditate, but I was not journaling. But one thing I realized that most successful women pray, meditate, and journal. So I started incorporating the journaling part, and it's made a drastic difference. It's brought me more clarity. It's brought me more, it's made my vision sharper. It's made my goals more clearer. It's brought me so much clarity. The journaling part, meditation, and you have an idea. Something just pops up in your spirit, something just pops up in your mind. I just take a pen and I just write it down in my journal. Sometimes I'm like, God, is that you, or that's me talking? But anyway, I just write it down. And that is one thing I realize that most successful women do as well. Number 2 is they read. I personally love to read. I've loved to read ever since I can remember. That's why I ended up becoming an attorney. But I've always loved to read. And I realized that successful women read as well. They read at least 30 minutes every day. And they don't read, most of them read non-fiction books. So most of them read books on personal development, on business, entrepreneurship, leadership, books that are in their industry or the industry they want to go into, books that mindset transformation books is what a lot of them read. And I realized that most of them, like I said, read for at least 30 minutes. Most of them read more than 30 minutes, but the least I saw was 30 minutes. And why this is interesting to me is that when, like I said, I love to read, but there was a point in my life where I was so busy that I was not reading. And I realized at that point, there was actually a decline in the achievement of my goals. So I would set goals, but because I wasn't reading, I wasn't learning, I wasn't expanding my knowledge, those goals would still remain goals for a much longer time. Then now that I've actually started reading, I'm being able to cancel the goals much quicker. So that's one thing I realized. And number 3, they set goals. Guys, I cannot overemphasize the essence and the power of goals. So I used to set goals. I'll say I started setting goals 7 years ago, but at that time I would have the same goals year in, year out, because I wasn't setting goals the right way. Luckily for you, I've created a video on how to set goals the right way that would help you to start achieving those goals in as little as 30 days. And that is what happened for me. So I sat down one day and I was like, Dionne, you've been having the same goals since 2019. There has to be something wrong. There must be a reason why you're not achieving those goals. So I sat down and I took it upon myself to actually study how to set goals effectively. And I came up with a strategy. I came up with a framework, and that's what I shared in this video. I'm going to link it, so please watch it if you want any clarity on any help with setting goals. Anyway, so they set goals, and one thing I realized in goal setting is they add photos of what they want. So if their goal is to buy, let's say, a car, they add a photo of the car. If their goal is to become debt free, they add a photo of someone who's debt free. If their goal is to have a conference of maybe 10,000 people, they have a photo of a conference of 10,000 people. And I found that interesting, but later I realized that the subconscious mind is triggered by what they see, right? And if you keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again, it triggers what is called the RAS, reticular activating system. Sometimes in the car, we play this game, I Spy with My Little Eye, something beginning with, or something with a color of. And surprisingly, they say a color, I'm like, wait, there's nothing around that. But when my mind is triggered. I'm like, oh, okay, this car is red, this sign is red, the bumper is red, you know, like, because my mind is on it now, on the color red or on the color blue or whatever color it is at that point, I begin to see things that are in that color. So basically what I'm trying to say is, when you have a goal and you have a photo of that goal and you see it every day, your subconscious mind is triggered and it starts letting you identify situations, opportunities, people that can help you achieve those goals. So I used to set goals, but I was not setting them the right way, so I was not getting results. But like I said, I have a video to set the goals the right way, and more importantly, to add photos to the goals. And it's not a set and forget kind of issue, it's a set and review daily kind of situation. So what I realize is, they set the goals, they have photos of the goals, and they review the goals every day, or at least every other day. That's one thing I was not doing. So I'll set a goal December 31st or January 1st and not look at it again until December 31st or January 1st of the next year. And that's why I was not achieving those goals. But when you set a goal in the formula that I have expatiated in that video, and then you add your photos to it, and then you review it every day. And because I'm a Christian, I pray over the goals. That is something I would entreat you to do if you're religious as well. Pray over your goals. When you review them every day, speak the word of God over it. That quickens the process, trust me. So they set goals and review the goals daily. Number 4 is they take action. So one of the reasons why I was not achieving my goals was I was not taking consistent action. Consistent conforming action. What do I mean by that? So let's say my goal was to lose weight, right? I wanted to lose 20 pounds. I would wake up in the morning, not exercise. I would not eat. Maybe I'll have a cookie for breakfast, or I have a sweet tooth, so I'll have something sweet for breakfast. So I was taking action, but inconsistent and non-conforming to my goal. Another example, I want to save my money, right? Then I'm just impulse buying. I'm buying things that I don't even need. Maybe I'm just scrolling through Instagram and the people I follow are suggest, oh, this is on sale, this is on sale, and I'm just buying things, right? And at the end of the day, I sit down and look, you don't need all these things, because most of the time I even have an alternative already. That was a non-conforming, inconsistent action towards my goal of saving money or investing, whatever the goal is. So when you have a goal, right, the essence of the goal is to take direction, is to give you clarity. A goal is like a roadmap, right? It's like a compass showing you your North Star, basically. And I had goals, like I said. To be honest, I think they were not goals, they were wish lists, because when I scrutinized them in line of the 7-part framework that I expatiated in my video, they were not goals. But anyhow, successful women set goals, and they set goals and then they have action steps. So when you set a goal, one of the most important things that would help you accomplish the goal is to take action on the goal, right? And most of the time when we set a goal, because at least let me speak for myself, because I didn't know at that time how to sort of write a solid goal, like to go through the framework and actually do step-by-step goals, I was not taking a consistent action. So I'd have the goal, but I was not taking action, so I was seeing no results. So that's one thing successful women are doing that I have started implementing, and I am beginning to see a lot of results. So I take action. And one thing I realized that when you have a big goal, because I like to set big goals, I really believe that I have so much potential, and I believe you do too. So I don't believe in mediocrity in any way, shape, or form. So I set big goals, and I set goals that force me to become a different person. What do I mean by that? Recently, I set goals of, like I said, health goals, right? And the goal me to go to the gym at least 4 times a week. Prior to setting that goal, I was barely going to the gym. Meanwhile, there's a gym in my home. I was barely going anyhow. But when I realized, when I set the goal in line with the 7-step process framework, I had an action plan. And I realized that one of the reasons why I was not motivated to go to the gym was I don't know exercises, you know. I would go to the gym and do the same thing over and over and over again. So it became boring, it became monotonous. I just wouldn't bother to go anymore. But one thing I realized that during my action plan phase, I decided to join a gym that has classes, group fitness classes. And I realized that since then, my gym going has skyrocketed. Like for the past, I don't remember the last time I went to the gym less than 3 times a week. And it's because they have classes. So I do classes like spinning, body pump, Zumba, Pilates, you know, different classes. But basically, those classes get me to go to the gym. So now I'm taking action that is consistent and conforming to my goals. And lastly, They exercise actually, which is funny because that's what we were just talking about. But yes, they exercise. And until I rewrote my goals in light of the framework I'm talking about, I was always making excuses not to exercise. I have 3 kids. So I'll say, oh my gosh, by the time I wake up in the morning, get them ready for school, by the time I come back, I have to log in. By the time I log off, wrap up email, drop up for the day, I have to go pick up the kids from school. By the time we get back home, get them dinner, get them back, it's late, I'm tired. So I was literally never going to the gym. I realized that, wait, successful women do exercise. So the only might want to start finding a pocket of time to exercise. So what I did is, because of my schedule, I woke up an hour earlier. I wake up at 5, get to the gym by 5:30, have my class, and then come back home and then start my day, get the kids ready, take them to school, cover, log into my computer. But before then, I wasn't doing that. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that sometimes we say we don't have time for this. And it's true, we are busy, but the truth is we don't have 24 hours. There is not going to be more than the 24 hours. So in my opinion, we have to find ways to make the most of the 24 hours. Anywho, those are the 5 habits that I found in my research of successful men that I have implemented in my life, and it's making a tremendous change, and I thought I'll share them with you. And if you are actually, I'm curious, if you have implemented any of those habits already, I just want to know in the comments, how has it been going for you? Has it positively impacted you or negatively impacted you? I'd actually love to know. So I'm going to link my next video. The next video I want you to watch on goal setting, where I break down the exact framework for setting goals that I implemented, and in the past, I'd say 12 to 18 months, I've accomplished more than I accomplished in the previous 10 years. 10 years. I'm going to link that video. So that's the video I would suggest you watch next. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.